An exciting morning because we're cooking with apples, and an apple a day makes me want to eat carrot cake because that's what we're making, apple and carrot cake in our kitchen. Kate, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Happy New Year.
Same to you.
Thank you very much. There's lots of yummy ingredients here, and it smells delicious. I wish I could eat this right now, but yeah, let's make it first.
This is an apple and carrot cake. It's kind of a grown-up apple a day cake,
right?
Because it's got a little bit of amarula in it. But we're going to start off over here with some eggs, which we're just going to whisk up. Do you mind just pouring in the caster sugar?
Okay, so there goes our caster snow. All of it?
All of it in.
Ah, there we go.
Okay, and you want to just make sure that everything's all mixed in quite well. And you want to whisk the eggs until they're light and fluffy with the sugar. And then we're going to add some oil. Do you want to pour that in slowly as well? Oil. Yeah.
How slowly is slowly? Am I doing this right?
That's quite fast. Slow it down a little bit. Okay, and you go. Okay, a little bit more.
A little more. Is this normal oil?
Okay, yeah, just normal old sunflower oil.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, you can chuck the rest in.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
There it goes. Okay,
so we're just going to mix that until it's nice and light and creamy. And once we've done that, we'll turn the noisy mixer off. Okay, so that's all combined.
Even that looks good. It's all creamy.
I know, but it's this is such a nice, easy recipe. Okay, so what we've got here is some apricot jam.
Oh, wow, okay.
I'm going to chuck that in.
Is it for more sugar, or what does it do to it?
It adds a bit of sweetness, but it also adds a bit of tartness, so it gives it like this sweet and sour taste, which is quite nice.
Yummy.
Some grated carrots.
How many carrots are in there?
It's about 2 cups of grated carrots.
Okay.
So it depends on the size of your carrots, really.
We'll give you the link to the recipe as well. This is definitely something I could make. So SMS the keyword, I think it's cake, to 33728.
Okay, and then we're going to add our grated apple. A nice thing to do with baking is to make sure you use Granny Smith apples, because they've got a kind of tartness that work really well.
Also, so it looks like we're working with sweet and a little bit of sour. Okay.
Yeah, so it's a nice balance. We're going to just mix all of that together.
See, if this was me at home, just working off a recipe, I would have gone, it's gone wrong, it's too orange. Because that's what it looks like at the moment.
It's perfect. So we're just going to mix that together. I've got some pecan nuts.
So you put them in the cake as well?
Yeah.
You've decorated some.
Yeah, it'd be quite nice with some candied pecan nuts on top.
How fine do you make them before putting them into it? Just crush it a little bit.
It depends on how you want to eat them. It's not going to change the recipe that much.
Okay.
All right, now we're going to add our dry ingredients, a little bit of salt, some baking powder.
I love how you go a little bit. Yes.
It's quite important. Some bicarb.
Okay.
And then a little bit of spiciness with some mixed spice.
Okay.
Goes in.
Yeah, I've discovered that recently.
Especially with Christmas. It's
makes great flavour, but that's for another day.
Okay, and then we're just adding some flour.
So finally some flour, the flour right at the end. We're making a carrot and apple cake. We're actually cooking with apples today, an apple a day. That's our theme in our kitchen, and this cake looks amazing. So it's a grown-up apple recipe.
Yeah, and
there goes the grown-up.
The grown-up amarula goes in. Okay.
So you just stir it up. I guess you wouldn't want to leave this in the mixer. You stir it by hand.
Yeah, it's just you don't want to over-mix it either. So it's quite a nice idea just to fold everything in.
What's the worst thing that can happen with over-mixing?
The cake loses its light crumble and gets a bit spongy, like almost like bread. But it's not a huge train smash because there's quite a lot of sugar and fat in here, so it won't be too bad. Okay, so that's it.
Okay, and then
it
goes in the oven.
Yeah, it goes into a greased springform tin.
How long do you leave it in the oven for?
It takes quite a while to cook. Usually about 40 minutes, but it really does depend on your oven.
Okay. How do you check it if it's ready? Is it the same as everything else?
Yeah, basically I usually use a skewer and just pop that into, kind of insert it into the center of the cake. Thank you very much.
And to see if it's...
And then if it comes out clean,
then it's...
You know you're good to go.
Ready. So while you do that, I mean, beautiful cake, when you see the end result, I mean, it looks absolutely amazing. A carrot and apple cake and some beautiful pecan nuts decorated on the top. Kate George is making us a beautiful apple and carrot cake in our kitchen this morning. But if you want to see how we got to this point, this is what you need to do.
Sift together flour, baking powder, bicarb, mixed spice and salt. Beat together the eggs and sugar until light, then beat in the oil. Mix in the carrots, apple, nuts, liqueur and the jam. Fold in the dry ingredients, then pour into the lined tin. Bake at 180 degrees until the cake is cooked through. Cool on a wire rack.
Our keyword is cake to 33728. An apple a day makes me want to eat apple and carrot cake because that's what we made in our kitchen. How did you make the topping?
Okay, so it's just basically a cream cheese icing. We've just added cream cheese, icing sugar, a little bit of amarula, and you can put some butter in as well if you want to make it quite firm.
Okay, well, that recipe, cake to 33728.
Yeah, so we can just finish it off with a little
Look
dusting
at you,
of icing
that's
sugar.
so pretty.
I know, fancy.
Oh, that is fancy. Wow, this is going to be so good. I'm going to cut a slice, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Here's the knife. Give it a go.
This knife is so intimidating. I'd rather... Can I do this?
Yeah, do it.
Okay. Well, while we do this, Leigh-Anne has some beauty tips.